Takeaway with Tyra. Thank you for joining me today. Now, so that you don't miss out on any of my updates, please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I also like hearing from you, so go ahead and like and comment. My guests are always exciting and have great things to share with us. What I do on this show is I have one guest and I ask them one question. Then they get the floor. So here we go. Thank you for joining me today on The Takeaway. And as you can see, my guest today is Marina Favit, all the way from South Africa. Marina, welcome.
Thank you, Tara. Hello, Africa. Hello, Canada. And hello, world. It's always what I say, whichever country I'm in. Really glad to be here and touch base with you again. I've missed you.
Yes. Marina and I connected at the beginning when I first became a founder in 2020, and we were able to connect. And it's so nice to develop relationships globally because, nowadays it doesn't matter. It's not just our neighbors next door, but it could be people like Marina on the other side of the world. So I know it's getting on to dinner time for you. So let's just get started. Now, Marina, you are on Leadership Council on ONPASSIVE, and I know that you have the opportunities to connect with our CEO, Ash Mufara, on a fairly regular basis. Now, I want you to talk to us about what it's going to look like, what is going to happen for the listener that is here today for the first time and saying, you know what, I think I want to get involved with ONPASSIVE. I want to become a founder. Now, talk to us what doors are going to all of a sudden open for them as they come in. So take it away, Marina.
That's actually a really great question, right when I think when everyone initially joined ONPASSIVE, it was for the money that we're going to make, the residual income, and all done for you, which just was right up my alley,
Right.
But I think a lot of people didn't really understand exactly what the company did. And I sort of threw myself in. I wanted to understand because this is your business, we are generating wealth, creating wealth, building wealth, leaving a legacy for our loved ones, which in a lot of cases, that was never the case. So the more we had meetings with our CEO, because initially he was also a little bit camera shy, he didn't really come onto the webinars and things. And then he started appearing, and now he just loves it. He loves gate crashing our parties that we have, the webinars that we have. And he's really a wonderful person. So going forward, I never imagined when I initially signed up with ONPASSIVE, I was skeptical. I did my due diligence. I prayed about it. And then when I really started understanding and seeing the growth and where they've come from, I sort of took myself right back. So when you become a founder, you get access to the founders only back office where we've got all the recordings of our CEO and the founders only meetings. And I went on that journey because I want to feel what they felt. I want to grow, I want to be on the same journey, even though I joined about a year after the vision. Okay. So it's actually in 2 days' time, it's my 2-year anniversary with ONPASSIVE, which is incredible.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah. On this year, thanks. So, what I've learned, and I think from what I've learned, you can only speak from your own experience, is that I've learned patience. Okay, that's one thing. And I've also learned that, being wealthy, having an abundance of materialistic things and money is okay. It's okay. And it's available to me. Because, I looked up the word wealth and it was like, what does wealth mean? Because I say there's a difference between being rich and being wealthy. But, my personal interpretation is wealth is not just about materialistic things, material things, the car and the house and what have you. Wealth is being healthy. It's finding value in things that you do. It's making good connections. It's being able to leave a legacy for generations to come. It's just being in a good space. And in the process, I believe, and I think I've told you this before, giving is the most selfish thing you can do because it makes you feel so good.
Yeah.
I've always had it in me to give and wanting to help and wanting to give more, but I've always been a single parent most of my life. It's always been a struggle, you know, and I've started practicing little acts of kindness where generally I wouldn't sort of really have money to tip the car guard or, you know, give to the homeless guy on the side of the road and what have you. But I've been watching a lot of since I've become a founder. So it's changed my way of thinking. And now when I think, okay, I'm going to take a break from ONPASSIVE because I'm on webinars all the time and listening to recordings of webinars. So I'm literally consumed with ONPASSIVE, and that's my choice because I want to be. Then I think, okay, let me just watch something else, you know. And because of the journey that I've been on with ONPASSIVE, it's almost like it's machine learning taking place in my life. It's what interests me, what I'm attracted to. And I'll be searching Netflix, and all of a sudden this program comes up. I'll be searching on YouTube, and I started watching the Kindness Diaries. I started watching The Secret Millionaire, and that just gave me more inspiration. Because when you're a founder, can I understand that whatever ONPASSIVE has done has never been done before? And there's so much value in being a founder. First, we got the bragging rights, of course. It's like, I'm a founder of this global IT company. It's a super unicorn company. It's disruptive. It's one of a kind, never done before, all done for you, fully automated. So yes, all that's cool. That's really, really cool. But we're not even in our semi-launch yet. And the semi-launch is part of our beta testing where we as founders get a more hands-on approach on the product. Right now, we're already in beta testing mode because our staff and, you know, in Hyderabad, we've got so many staff members, and not just in Hyderabad, because there's a lot of staff working remotely as well. You know, Ash Mafara gets the best of the best, and not everyone is in Hyderabad or can get there. So there are people working remotely from other parts of the world, or not, you know, within the actual building that we have. So going forward, it was like, okay, this was my journey. But when I look back, you don't realize, if you know, you look at the first time we had our first chat, things were very different. And it was so exciting back then. And it's even more exciting now. And in the process, I have made so many friends. And I think you can say the same thing. So that is another value of being a founder with ONPASSIVE. You're not just joining a company. You know, you are joining a company, you're being a founder of that company. So you get the bragging rights, as I said, and you get to make wonderful friends across the world, you know, and it's the only company that I've ever seen where there's no religion, race, or creed that plays a part in you making friends, or there's no politics, you know, it's just love. And everyone is sharing their thoughts and ideas of what they're going to do with the excess. And when I say excess, our CEO, as you know, Ash Mafara said, dream bigger. And I had to lift my limiting beliefs because I had a limiting beliefs mindset where I just thought it's not available to me. And it's for everyone else out there. It's for those people. It's not for me. I wasn't part of that equation. And then when I realized I thought about the potential of what ONPASSIVE is going to bring to me. But even before that, I started lifting my limiting beliefs and realized, yes, it is available to me. But how I was going to get there, I didn't know. ONPASSIVE has given me this blueprint of you can go out and do whatever you want to do. When Ash said, dream big, then dream bigger. And he keeps reminding us of that. It's like, I thought I was dreaming pretty big, you know. I wanted a big house on a golf course, on a beach. And those properties, it's prime property. But the thing is, you're going to be able to afford it as a founder. That's one thing. So whatever your heart desires are financially,
Oh, we got frozen up
all
here.
the things.
Sorry, you had froze. Can you say that again?
Saying that the restrictions that we put on ourselves or that we had, you know, just living,
Right.
has been lifted. And now whatever we're wanting to do or whatever we wanted to do, there's no cap on it. You can go out and do whatever it is your heart desired. But what's so wonderful, another thing about becoming a founder that I found is so wonderful is that, so we join and you start making friends and you start learning about this company and how it's going to help you in your business and give you the financial freedom that you're looking for. Our slogan is, well, CATMO, you'll hear about, well, we'll talk about CATMO, and that is pretty much the 4 pillars that hold ONPASSIVE together. And in total, it means total time and money freedom. Everything done for you, and you're going to get the residual income in the process. It's transferable from generation to generation, to generation to generation. And I just found that is incredible. So, you know, the whole crux of ONPASSIVE, why I joined and everything, yes, that's done. And now what our CEO has done, it's like he's molding and grooming us, because we become what we, you know, what we think about. Our mind, you know, the webinars we attend, we listen to our CEO. He's very well respected because he has a heart for humanity. Yeah. And he, instead of just saying, I will be the richest man in the world, which is probably going to be the case, or would have been the case if he decided not to share the wealth with us, you know. Because of that, I do believe that he is blessed and will be blessed abundantly. But the lovely thing is we are on that journey with him. As a founder, you are promoting ONPASSIVE yourself by word of mouth, by sharing it with your friends and family. And I just say, you know, there's a lot of people that are very skeptical. I was one of them. But sometimes in life, you need to take a risk. And with ONPASSIVE, it is such low risk, almost no risk, and extremely high reward, because it's only $102 if you're paying by debit or credit card, or $97 with crypto. But if you decide after 30 days, look here, this is not for me, our CEO will give you your money back. So he only wants people who are visionaries, who can see what he has in store for us, who can actually picture what's coming. I couldn't. I was a dreamer. So what ONPASSIVE has done for me as a founder is turn me from a dreamer into a visionary, where it's okay to dream, but now you can actually put your dream there and say that is going to be accomplished in the next 2 to 3 years, or 2 to 5 years, whatever the case is, whatever it is, you know, because everyone's aspirations and dreams and desires are different. So now I know I'm going to be able to do that. I'm going to be able to do that. I'm going to be able to buy my classic car that I've always wanted. But then what? So now what we're talking about, and what is so wonderful, is that is what we spend most of our time talking about, is how we're going to help. How are we going to actually do something, make a difference in our communities, with our friends and neighbors, our families, whatever the case is. In other countries, you know, that are really struggling, poverty-stricken countries. And so that is what we're doing. And I get so excited because now I've actually got a few not even team members, they're just in South African founders. And we are getting together with opening up getting an NGO registered. We've got huge plans. Starting in Johannesburg, then moving to Cape Town, Durban, PE, you know, we're going to go through, and eventually it's going to just affect everyone in South Africa, and then, you know, across the borders. So yes, that is what we're spending our time doing now. And it almost seems like you're counting the chickens before they hatch, but Ash has told us time and time again, it's a done deal, you know, then what? So yeah, it's that. So just to sum it up, it's yes, you being a founder, You're going to be able to leave a legacy you can be proud of. Secondly, you're going to make such wonderful friends, people you never imagined ever meeting in your life, you know, and you're going to be able to do whatever your heart desires for yourself and for your neighbors or your community. That is never going to be a problem. And thirdly, you'll be able to, oh, fourthly, I should say, you'll be able to leave a legacy for generations to come. So that just, to me, that sums up ONPASSIVE for me, the steps, the process, the journey that we've been on. And like Ash was saying in the meeting, the founders only meeting, it's like it's a bit like bittersweet almost, because being a founder, in pre-launch, it's like if all the excitement that we're creating, you know, ONPASSIVE hasn't advertised anything, but it's the founders, and we're almost on 1 million founder accounts. I mean, we're about under 60,000 to get there. I mean, that's going to happen like within a week or two, maybe a month, I don't know. But the people are joining because they see the vision, they're seeing the excitement and the love that surrounds ONPASSIVE. So it's not just an IT company. You actually become part of this global family, and you'll be traveling the world, and you'll know somebody by face or name in another country, because that's just what ONPASSIVE is all about. So yeah, what you were saying, it's bittersweet, because this is going to be no longer, you know, the excitement of getting up to our official global launch. But so yeah, then it's all done, but it's never going to be done, because ONPASSIVE is forever growing, forever learning, forever designing new products and services, and coming up with creative new ways of helping people in business reach astonishing new heights. Yeah.
Yes. Well, you know, that is just amazing, just how you touched on certain points that are beneficial to becoming a founder. And there's so many, and it's so individual in what a person's desire is. And like you said, and I've heard Mike Ellis say, you know, we're all going to look after our bottom line. You know, we're all where we're at, and we want to deal with our own financial stuff. But once you have that dream thing you wanted, that house or car, now what? And that is, you really touched on that well, you know, folks, this is such a fantastic takeaway, because now what? You consider, if you're set up and you're okay in everything that you have or your family, now what? And this is where ONPASSIVE just takes us to that next level, because we're going to be able to help others right in our community and globally. So check out, when we're done here, head over to onpassive.com and have a look at the company website. There is so much information there about our CEO, our locations, our products. I mean, there is no reason why, Marina mentioned, to not join and become a founder. Because even if you come in, even if you look around for 10 days, 12 days, 30 days, you can get your money back if you decide it's not for you. So that is a big deal. And, you know, Marina, there are so many people out there sitting on the fence. And I think, and I'd like you to just touch on this for a moment, because we're kind of getting to the wrap up, but, you know, there's so many people out there that I've personally talked to, and I know others have, that are kind of sitting on the fence. And I really think it's fear. And I don't get it, because we do have the opportunity to have a refund. So what would you say to those people? Why do you think they're just still kind of holding back?
Well, firstly, the lovely saying that I always go by, fear is false evidence appearing real. And when you actually look at that and push it aside, where you know that's the only reason you're fearing something, it's false evidence appearing real. It's the unknown, or because people have been burnt in the past, when many of us have. Yes, you do. You tend to put up a wall, and you start thinking that I actually had that mindset as well, that everything I saw online was, oh, it's a scam, or whatever the case is. You know, I just got scared. But you got to do your due diligence, and you got to realize that there might be a handful of people running the company down, and it's inevitable because we are so successful, and we're going to obviously rock a few boats, along the way. But at the end of the day, there's over, okay, let me say not almost a million, there's over 900,000 founders worldwide who have seen the vision. And you cannot say that these people are all silly and crazy, because it's not just your average Joe that is in ONPASSIVE. It is people from all walks of life, from people living in poverty who knew somehow they need to be in an online business in computers, right up to rocket scientists. Okay, we've got a rocket scientist, and in between, we've got doctors and lawyers and teachers and coaches and mentors and everything, influencers, musicians. I mean, literally all types of people, laborers, and business owners, So we've even got, there's so many people in the educational realm that's looking at using our products, because we haven't just got a product. We've got a suite of products in our portfolio, which will just keep growing. And currently there's already 50, but we're going to be sort of going into our semi-launch with about 20, and probably even our official launch with 20 for the year, and then just keep adding and introducing as we go along. So literally ONPASSIVE, if you're not in ONPASSIVE, you will be using one of our products anyway in the future. So we've got everything from e-learning, webinar platforms, social media, to IP trackers, chatbots. Oh gosh, it just goes on and on and on. Everything that you could possibly need. So why not get paid to use the products, and in the process earn residual income that will just go on and on and on. As Julie says, it's the gift that keeps on giving, So yeah, there's no reason why anyone shouldn't. And if it's purely fear, I can understand that, but don't let that get in your way. Sign up now, because you will regret it if you're not a founder. There's so many people I know personally as well that have just said, oh no, I'll wait until you start making money or once it launches. But you're not going to get the benefits of all the benefits of being a founder. You can still make a lot of money as a reseller, customer reseller, but as a founder, there's a lot more perks involved as well, added traffic, and you just want to be a founder. Like, we are making history, and it's going to be a paradigm shift on the internet. So why not be part of it? This is being part of something miraculous almost, like our CEO said, there's no way he could have done this on his own. He knows that God's divine hand of protection is over it, and, guiding him and the staff all the way through. So you got to get in.
Yes. Oh, Marina, we're going to end on that note, because that was just perfect. Folks, we really want to encourage you. Have a look at this. As Marina said, there are so many different people globally in this company already. And it's interesting, she touched on both ends, because I was the kind of person, when I saw this opportunity, I knew like zip, barely anything. But when I saw that it was a tech company online, sign me up right now. I was done. And I told my husband, I signed up, and then I told my husband, and he's the total opposite, skeptic, let's look, let's wait, and it took him months and months of me, ONPASSIVE this, ONPASSIVE that, before he actually decided to become a founder himself. So, there's lots of different kinds of people, and that's good. We love the variety. So Marina, once again, thank you so much for taking the time today. That was a wonderful takeaway indeed. And everyone, thank you for joining me. Be sure to check this out, because the clock is truly ticking. I mean, we say that and we say that, and it's only up to Ash Mufareh, our CEO, and his staff that say, yes, we're ready for the public launch. So when that happens, it's going to happen, and the doors will close to these founding positions. So I want to encourage you, come join us, come check it out. So thank you very much. Have a super day, everyone. Bye for now. Bye, Marina.
The sand will finally run out of the hourglass. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
See you.